All right, Lee. Right now, Representative Jody Hice joins us from Georgia's 10th district, to talk about what's going on here in the Evil Empire with Georgia, with his district, but also with the border and how that's affecting everything. We're here live on Radio Row. It's a production of FAIR, Federation for American Immigration Reform. And feel free to jump in here too, Lee. U.S. Representative Jody Hice joins us. You there, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Great to be with you this morning. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what do we need to know about what's going on the Hill with immigration? I mean, these Democrats are running at these amnesties again and again, trying to figure out how to just slam dunk one into a bill. The latest number I heard was 7 million, amnesty for 7 million. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of these bills, we've not yet seen the text on it. But, yeah, there's no question they are pushing amnesty for millions and millions of people who are coming across our borders illegally. And I have personally been to all 9 sectors of our southern border. I've seen it inside and out. I've met with farmers and landowners as well as the border agents. And it is absolutely a disaster what we're seeing on our southern border. And now word comes out last night that the Biden administration is going to require our agents to be vaccinated or be fired. And yet millions potentially of people are coming across our borders who are not vaccinated, and we're not even asking them. It's just absolute insanity what's going on there.
That amounts practically to harassment at this point, given that they just admitted that they let the 12,000 Haitians go without bothering to do so much as a COVID test. And then our Department of Homeland Security Secretary, I don't know if you saw this, Congressman, came out and said, yeah, about 1 in 5 of them are sick. We figure with what we don't know because we didn't test them. I mean, this is a man-made pandemic at this point on the border.
Yeah, how can you do that? I mean, there are more restrictions to eat at a restaurant for U.S. citizens than it is for an illegal person to come across our border. It makes no sense whatsoever, and we know we know the enormous amount of drugs that are being smuggled across our country, the human smuggling that's taking place, the criminals that are coming across, terrorists who are coming across. The last time I was there, the day before I was there, exactly where I was standing, they caught 4 Iranians. There were over 60 different countries who had been captured coming across our borders in the Yuma sector. Last time I was there alone, just several weeks ago. It is unbelievable what's happening. And then, you add to what's coming across now from Afghanistan and those who are becoming now refugees in our country where they have not been vetted. It is absolutely insane where we have literally millions of people coming into our country. We don't know who they are. We don't know their intentions. We don't know anything about these people. It is absolutely not only a humanitarian crisis, but a national security crisis. We've got to know who's coming into our country.
And yet the casualness with which our intel leaders just in the past couple of weeks have said, oh, by the way, yeah, Al-Qaeda now that they're free to roam and the Taliban now that they're free to roam in Afghanistan, we can expect an attack on, a potential for attack on the homeland within the next 2 years. I mean, how does that coexist with open borders?
Yeah, I mean, it can't, not in any positive way for our country. And there comes a point where an honest individual looking at all of this has to ask themselves, is this intentional? I mean, you cannot consistently make this many horrible decisions for our country. I mean, we would be better off had we, with every one of these decisions, just flipped a coin and decided, yes, heads is yes, tails is no. We would be better off than the consistent bad decisions that have been made by this administration. And at some point, you have to ask, what kind of nefarious thing is going on? Why are we doing things purposefully destructive for our country? It makes no sense, and many of us are demanding answers, and unfortunately, to this point, we're not getting any answers at all. We need some serious investigation to find out what's going on multiple levels.
Well, you're getting at a point where, unfortunately, I think our side makes mistake a lot of times of characterizing what's going on at the border and with our immigration as an accident, a mismanagement, something that went wrong, and giving them the benefit of the doubt that, gosh darn, they really just want to secure the border and keep us safe, but they've just screwed up. I don't think they've screwed up at all. I think this is their policy. I think they want open borders, and I think they don't care what the cost is.
Yeah, and the question has to be why. What
right.
benefit is there to our country for having open borders? I mean, and 8 months ago we had, relatively speaking, we had secure borders, and I was there during that period of time. And the difference between now and just 8 months ago is enormous. And why? What benefit is there to our country from allowing anyone to come into our country, be they individuals who are ill, sick, COVID positive, criminals? I mean, what good is that? I don't see any way of that being a positive outcome for our country in the long run, when especially we are having the numbers now of in excess of 200,000 every single month just coming across the southern border.
We're talking to U.S. Representative Jody Hice from the 10th District of Georgia. Did you happen to see, this was several months ago, but I did a whole podcast on it, the CEO of Gallup, who writes a blog, and he had polled Haiti and South and Central America and asked people, about their intentions to come up to America if they thought they could get across the border. They extrapolated the numbers, and he wrote a blog post warning Joe Biden that the number that he thought would come if they got the idea they could come and just walk across the border would be 40 million. 40 million. And he asked Joe Biden, what's your plan? And I think that is the plan. 40 million. I mean, do you think that's out of the question? That's what Gallup's polling found. I mean, are we going to be, we're 1 million this year. Are we going to be at 5 to 10 million by the time Biden leaves office, hopefully, in the fourth year of his term?
Well, I think we absolutely will. We're already over 1 million this year. We're probably going to push closer to 2 million by the end of the year when all is said and done. And we hear numbers thrown around of amnesty up to 11 million people who are here. Look, there's probably already in the ballpark of 20 to 30 million who we've let in over the last decade or whatever it may be. And we still are not checking these people. We're still not securing our borders. At some point, a country is not a country. They are nothing but a landmass if there are not some borders. And I don't know of any civilized country that really has absolutely open borders like what we are having forced upon us here in the United States. And again, there's no good outcome that's going to result from this. It's important for us to secure our borders and to know who is coming into our country and for what purpose are they coming, and how long do they intend to stay. I mean, there's a whole list of, look, we are a country welcoming people. That's not the issue. There's just a right way and a wrong way to come here. And that applies both to those who are coming and to our government leaders who are responsible to protect and defend our country and our borders.
Amen. And want to thank you for joining us this morning. U.S. Representative Jody Hice, he is from the 10th District of Georgia, joins us today.